High in the Andes Mountains, wrapped in cloud and perched on a ridge between two peaks, there's a city that took the Spanish Empire completely by surprise. Not because they conquered it, because they never even found it. While the rest of the Inca Empire fell within decades of European contact, one city sat quietly above the clouds, forgotten by everyone except the people who once lived there, until a foreign explorer stumbled onto it almost 400 years later, guided by a local farmer who already knew exactly where it was. This is Atlasora. Step beyond the map. The city is Machu Picchu, built by the Inca around the mid-1400s during the reign of the Emperor Pachacuti, perched at roughly 7,900 feet above sea level between two mountain peaks in what is now Peru. For a long time, popular imagination treated Machu Picchu as a mysterious, lost city, but modern archaeology paints a more specific picture. Most researchers now believe it functioned as a royal estate, a retreat built specifically for the emperor and Inca nobility, complete with temples, terraced farmland, residential areas, and sophisticated water channels engineered directly into the mountainside. The engineering itself is remarkable. Over 150 buildings connected by stone stairways, built without mortar. Stones cut so precisely that many fit together without any gap at all, a technique that has allowed the structures to survive earthquakes that would level modern buildings. Here's where it gets genuinely strange. Machu Picchu wasn't destroyed. It wasn't conquered. It appears to have been deliberately abandoned by the Inca themselves, likely around the time of the Spanish conquest in the 1530s, possibly evacuated as a precaution, or abandoned as the empire collapsed and its population was decimated by disease spreading ahead of the Spanish themselves. Whatever the reason, the effect was the same. The city was left standing, but the outside world stopped knowing it was there. Unlike so many lost sites that get swallowed by sand or buried beneath ash, Machu Picchu simply slipped out of memory while sitting in plain sight, hidden less by nature and more by its own remoteness. For nearly 400 years, it stayed that way. Not because no one lived nearby. Local Quechua farming families in the region had long known the ruins existed. It was more precisely invisible to the outside world. In 1911, American historian Hiram Bingham arrived in Peru searching for a different lost city entirely, Vilcabamba, the Inca's last refuge from the Spanish. Local farmers led him up the mountainside to the ruins, and Bingham, believing he'd found Vilcabamba, brought the site to international attention. He hadn't found Vilcabamba. He'd found something else. A city so well preserved and so precisely engineered that it became far more famous than the site he'd originally set out to find. This detail matters. Bingham didn't discover Machu Picchu in the way the word usually implies. He was shown it by people whose families had likely known about it the entire time. What changed in 1911 wasn't the site's existence. It was who else, globally, now knew about it. A royal retreat built with a precision that still puzzles engineers. Abandoned not through conquest, but through quiet retreat, as an empire collapsed around it. And hidden, not by ash or sand, but simply by distance and altitude, sitting in plain sight for centuries while the rest of the world had no idea it was there. Machu Picchu never needed to be found. It was always exactly where it had always been. Some places, the map just runs out. If you want to keep going past the edge of it, subscribe and I'll see you at the next ruin. This has been Atlasora.